We're here at Dante Rivera BJJ in Freehold, New Jersey, and with Nick, the Italian Stallion, Caracappa, fighting at Flex Fights, Smack to the Future in the main event for the welterweight belt. Huge fight, huge spotlight. How has camp been for this fight?
This has easily been the best camp of my life. My weights have been amazing throughout camp. My hands feel amazing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everything. I'm firing on all cylinders for this camp.
And I know right now you're in great shape, but you were telling me a little bit earlier at the start of this camp, a little bit before that, you were a little bit chunky, you were a little bit up there, you had to get it down. What were you looking at, and what are you looking at now before weigh-ins?
The highest I've ever been was probably 260 pounds, and right now I'm weighing 178 pounds, easy.
Mean and lean for that 170, not cutting a lot of weight, good to hear. I know you're sparring tonight. Who do you usually spar with? Who are you sparring with tonight?
I usually spar with my boy Eric Nolan. That's my main training partner at nighttime. He just had a sick-ass fight, too. That's my main training partner, my boy Galante, Luke. Everyone in here is a killer, no matter who they are. They're like straight killers in this gym.
And your last name's Caracappa. There's also a Phil Caracappa and a Matt Caracappa at this gym. What is it like training with your older brothers? What energy and advantage does that bring to the octagon?
Honestly, having my two older brothers, without them, I would never even be a fighter, Seeing them chase their goals as being like a young kid, it made me hungry to get into the sport that I quit college wrestling just to pursue my dream of fighting. And ever since I quit wrestling, honestly, I feel like I should be in the UFC as soon as I quit,
Soon enough, dude, soon enough. But before that, April 22nd, Flex Fights, Smack to the Future. Like I said, main event, welterweight title fight, a big spotlight. You're an amateur, dude. There's professionals on this card who you're the main event over. How does it feel to have such a big spotlight so early on in your career?
It feels great, honestly. This is my fourth fight now, my second title fight, and my second main event. So, I'm making noise out here early in this game, and I'm going to keep that rolling this fight, 100%.
And your opponent, Kyle Troyan, I believe his name is. I understand you two have a little bit of back and forth on social media, or maybe he's talking some smack. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent, and how do you think this fight's going to go down?
Respect for him for calling me out. It's hard for me to even get a fight, but I'm going to give this kid the smoke. He's been calling me out for probably 3 months now, just nonsense talking on social media, and I let my fist do the talking in the cage, so he's going to find out real soon.
Say less, say less. And winning that belt as an amateur, a belt around your waist, the champion of the welterweight division of Flex Fights, what would that mean to you?
Honestly, it's going to feel really good winning another belt, but it's just another belt to me. This is another fight to me. I feel like I'm a rookie in this game, but I'm also a vet at the same time. I've been training since I was 13 years old, So 10 years later, I feel like I really should be in the UFC by this point. So anytime soon, my chance is coming.
And the fights are over in Long Island. That's not too far from here. You bringing an entourage? How many people are you bringing?
Sure, I'm bringing all my boys from home. All my boys here. I'm going into his city, and I'm taking his belt. So.
Oh, he's a Long Island boy.
Oh yeah, he's from Long Island. Yeah, for sure. He's training out of Long Island MMA.
Love it. So do you? I'm new to following your career. Obviously, I haven't known you too long. Have you fought in enemy territory before, or has it always been home territory? What are your thoughts there?
My last fight was my first fighting in Jersey, in Atlantic City. But before that, it was for CFFC in the 2300 arena. So, I don't know. I bring a crowd anywhere I go, sure.
This is kind of the first fight you're going into, enemy waters, so to speak. I don't know. Then again, you're also Jersey, so New York. It's gonna be a good fight nonetheless. And after you get the win, after you get the championship, what's next, man? What's the rest of your ideal 2023 looking like?
Honestly, after this fight, I'm going to get right back into another fight as soon as possible and let that be my professional debut. I think it's time for me to go pro.
Do you want to do that before the end of the year or in 2024?
I'd love to get in before the end of the year and make my professional debut, 100%.
I can't wait for that, dude. Is there a specific promotion you're looking to do that with?
Whoever pays me the most, I guess. Definitely.
That's the right answer, man. And having Cage Fury experience, Flex Fights experience, I think that's very doable. Now, Let me ask you, you've been saying UFC, UFC, UFC. I'm going to ask you, what are your ultimate career goals, man?
Be a UFC champion, since I was 13 years old, writing essays in English class about being a UFC champion, people looking at me like I was crazy. And now I'm doing it, so it just proves if you put your mind to something, manifest it, it will come true at some point,
And last thing for me, man, have a big support team here, a lot of fans, family, friends, the whole entourage, like I said, coming to Long Island. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody? The mic is yours.
Thank you to all my friends who support me, my family, my two older brothers, my coach Dante. Without them, I would never be in this position. just with them, I feel like I can conquer anything in this world, and this belt's going to be easy work for me.
One more thing I lied. Give him a flex for flex fights. Ooh, I would not want to mess with that. If you have to, I'm sorry. April 22nd, it goes down, and that belt
Around my waist.
right there, bro. Nick,
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
thank you. Best of luck. Nick Caracappa.